The Mask of Power, the most dangerous mask that was ever created that nearly destroyed the Chapter 6 island, has been taken by Daigo. Throughout Chapter 6 Season 2 Lawless, none of us knew where Daigo was all this time after his battle with Shogun X. Because again, we don't know what happened to him or where he was all this time. Until we now found out where he was all this time. In the story quest Wanted Baron, during our investigation to Fletcher and Daigo's partnership and finding out where their plan was, one of our tasks was to head to Mask Mouse to investigate Daigo's workshop. And by heading there to investigate a purple smoke, a mask making machine, and the Baron's missing gold, and by heading upstairs, we can see that the display case where the Mask of Power used to be has been taken by Daigo, which tells us that Daigo is actually in the human realm all this time, and none of us knew that he's here all this time. But now all of you now may be questioning, why did Daigo take the Mask of Power knowing it almost destroyed the Chapter 6 island? Well, if you remember, if you can find one of those walkie-talkies around the Chapter 6 island, mainly one at Mask Mouse's bank security station, you may remember a conversation between an Alpha Guard and Fletcher Kane, which tells us that they're installing a machine, and we can actually find the mask making machine in Daigo's hideout. This even reveals to us that Daigo took the Mask of Power from its display case to restore it to its full glory. That's right, the Mask of Power has been restored to what it once was, which is a very bad sign, because if you remember, again, that thing almost destroyed the Chapter 6 island. And by reporting our discoveries to Midas, he then reveals what plan is Fletcher and Daigo are doing with the Mask of Power. Midas reveals to us that Fletcher and Daigo are planning to use the Mask of Power to crack the hole into the spirit realm so Daigo can go through and retrieve the 0-point shard, which is extremely bad. This is even confirmed by a walkie-talkie that we can find outside front of Fletcher's home, which does reveal that during another conversation between Fletcher and his men, tells us that Daigo and Fletcher are switching to the portal phase, which does now tell us that they are planning to use the Mask of Power to crack the hole to the spirit realm so Daigo can get the 0-point shard, which is again not a very good sign. And in a bonus quest called The Baron's Big Deal, we can actually find out where Daigo and Fletcher are all this time. Turns out they are located at Magic Mosses, which we can see that Daigo is using the Mask of Power, if you look closely at it, that he's actually wearing it. That he's using it in a ritual to crack the hole into Magic Moss's spirit portal so he can go through and retrieve the 0-point shard, while Fletcher is protecting him. And by defeating Fletcher, we will prevent Daigo from actually opening the portal so he can get through. Because he says, quote, "These interruptions are getting tedious." And this is not even the worst part. If you hire Jade, Kendo, and Night Rose and bring them to where Daigo is, you will get special dialogue from them during the boss fight against Fletcher. Turns out, if you bring Jade and Kendo, they'll be very disappointed and upset that their brother is taking a very dark path. But with Night Rose, she says he's corrupted the Thrall, which means he's corrupted his own path, I guess. I mean, to be honest, the Night Rose is very cryptic with that sentence. So not only that Daigo lost our trust, but he even betrayed his own family, including someone that he gave freedom to. So yeah, it's not looking great. So that even means that we had to keep eliminating Fletcher Kane many times in order to prevent Daigo from going through the Spirit Realm portal and get the 0 point shard. Because if he gets the shard, he'll fritter its power with selfish ideas. And I'm really hoping I don't want to find out what his selfish idea is. I mean, none of us want to know what it is. So I just hope that we have to keep preventing Daigo from going through the portal. That way, we'll prevent him from gaining his selfish ideas from the 0 point shard. So if you remember, that shard is a piece of the 0 point. You know, the most powerful thing in the entire Omniverse. So we had to make sure that Daigo doesn't go through the portal any means necessary. He was once our ally, but now he's our enemy. And we must prevent him from doing so, or else he'll even bring out more threats to the Chapter 6 island. Which we don't want, by the way. We don't want more threats to come to the island. So let's just hope that we don't know what those threats are. And let's keep it that way. So, yeah, that's it. With Daigo now betraying us for his own selfish ideals, this means that we have to now see him as an enemy and not an ally anymore. And now we have to make sure to prevent him from using the Mask of Power on the Spirit Realm portal so he cannot get the 0 point shard. With that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what your favorite things about Fortnite, creativity, buying players, Fortnite Ballistic, Fortnite Reload, the return of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 3 OG, and with this mini event going on in all 5 stages, I'll see all of you in the final phase of the event. Bye!